It's my opinion that the rigorous close or deep close third is a point of view that is overused in contemporary fiction. For writers and readers, it can be liberating to experience the flexibility of movement possible with different degrees of omniscience, not to mention the refreshment of perspective that comes from alternating the viewpoints of different characters in a novel. However, every story dictates its own best mode of telling, and there are some novels for which the rigorous close third is absolutely the best choice. The main protagonist and sole point of view character in Paul Lynch's Prophet Song is Ailish, the middle-aged mother of 4 children in a near-future dystopic version of Dublin, Ireland. There are 5 or 6 other important characters, but we only really see the story through Ailish's perspective. A very internal, present tense, close or deep, third-person point of view written in a slightly breathless, stream of consciousness style. We're completely stuck inside Ailish's mind, with the entire narrative consisting of her thoughts, emotions, observations, and immediate experiences. Here's an example. Bailey grabs at the remote control and turns off the TV, flings the remote across the room where it strikes the arm of the couch and lands on the floor. She has tried to smile while telling him the news that she has sold a car, the smile remaining dead on her face. "How are we supposed to live now?" he says. "How will we get to school?" "Look," she says, "the cost of petrol has gone through the roof. We simply can't afford it. You can go to school on the bus like everybody else. You will not, and we will get by." He turns upon her with a savage look, and Ailish stares into his face and does not know it. The hands brought to his side as fists. He looks as though he wants to strike her. The paragraphs are long. Sentences are often treated as comma-separated clauses, and there are no line breaks for dialogue. The entire story is filtered through this one character's increasingly desperate and emotionally afflicted interiority, and because the narration is present tense, we're also kind of stuck inside the moment. Beyond what happens to be going through Ailish's mind at any given moment, there's no future and no past in this story. It's a very claustrophobic place to find yourself as a reader. The flavor of the narrative voice is domestic realism. We're following the moment-by-moment story of a contemporary household, and it feels like an intimately familiar perspective. We recognize it. It could easily be the story of ourselves or our neighbors or extended family or friends. This sense of self-recognition or kinship adds greatly to the emotional power of the novel, of course, as we witness the gradual but inexorable ways this household is disrupted and thrown more and more horrifically out of kilter. Because in the background, a terrifying authoritarian takeover is unfolding, followed by a violent war of rebellion that is going to swallow up and pulverize the fabric of that familiar feeling household's comfortable and quotidian life. We never get a larger view of the war, never find out what happens to Ailish's husband or eldest son. We do get to experience the loss of her younger son, which is one of the most harrowing sequences in the novel. But the limited perspective on the world enforced by Lynch's choice of this extremely rigorous close third point of view feels uncomfortably true to life, lending the story a kind of queasy hyper-plausibility. We can fill in the gaps of what's happening outside, imagining the worst of it for ourselves, whereas if it were narrated using a larger sort of Tolstoyan canvas, it might have been both harder for Lynch to create and harder for us as readers to uncritically accept. All this is why, for me, Prophet Song, while a very different take on the future, feels like one of the most beautifully dark, cautionary novels to hit the shelves since Cormac McCarthy's The Road. I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoyed this video and would like to see others like it, please hit the like button and become a subscriber to my YouTube page. Have a great day.